Hi, my name is Zach Marshall, and welcome to my government final. Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the government and the role that I personally play in it. So first, let's get to know me. My name, I already told you, is Zach Marshall. I'm 17 years old, I'm a male, and after a little bit of research and a couple online quizzes, I found out I am a moderate Democrat. That sort of means I lean more towards the liberal side, but I tend to just believe what I believe is right. As far as controversial issues go, like, gender equality, I believe definitely women should be paid just as much as men in the work field. They should have, just as many rights as we do. And then, as far as abortion goes, I don't necessarily believe it's right. It's not something that I would choose to do, but that's the thing. I think we should have the choice. So, heaven forbid, a teen gets pregnant, can't take care of it. I understand, they should be able to have that choice. That's just me. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. Yeah, and then, we've got the issue of gay marriage. Personally, I don't believe it's necessarily quote-unquote right, but at the same time, that's not my job to judge. So I think it should be legal. You can do what you want. You being gay doesn't physically harm me and does not change my, my quality of life. Alright, the first leader I chose for this this project here is John F. Kennedy. This handsome looking dude right there. The reason I chose him is because at the time he was president, we had this thing called the Cold War going on. Pretty much it was a bunch of teenagers in a locker room, mine's bigger than yours sort of thing. And that could have ended poorly because instead of the they were talking about nuclear bombs, and that could have screwed up America. I don't know if I'd be shooting this video right now. Anyways, instead of him being haha, mine's still bigger than yours, he was alright dude, let's just talk about this. Let's have treaties, and we're gonna move your bombs to here where they're not gonna be a big threat to us. And I don't know, I think that's super admirable. Anybody who can, resolve a problem like that could end up, destroying a country, but instead he's let's talk about it instead. Anyone who can find a peaceful solution to that big of a problem is an A1 guy. Alright, now the second person I picked is this guy right here, Barack Obama. He was our last president, if you're watching this still in 2019. The reason I picked him is because of his Obamacare. I feel like healthcare isn't really something that people should be paying for, their phone service or whatever, paying to have better phone service, sort of paying to have better healthcare. I feel like your phone and your life and your health are two very different things. Sure, Obamacare was nowhere near perfect, and I don't know, a lot of times it gets compared to Canada, how they have free healthcare and whatever. Even that is super flawed, because let's say, I need a heart, I'm on a waiting list for forever and a half. So it still has flaws, but I think it was definitely a step in the right direction towards better healthcare for people. So the first thing I'm going to start with is gun violence. It's become a major issue. Sometimes it's not even making the news when another school shooting happens. It's just so common. It's actually tragic and depressing to think about. The first one I'm going to start with is gun violence. It's become just so common in America. You won't even see it on the news sometimes when another school gets shot up. It's depressing, it's sad to think about. And I just want to start this off again by saying, although I did identify myself as a Democrat, my viewpoints are not always going to match up with it. The Democratic standpoint on this is we need stricter gun control, better background checks, and, just stricter gun control in general, which sure, that's not an awful idea, but where I stand on it is you can control the guns all you want. Good people with any sort of weapon will not do bad things. It's when you get people who are mentally unstable, who, just should not be possessing a gun, when they have one, that's when bad things happen. So I'm all for better background checks and everything, but I guess the bigger issue is the mental health part. I don't feel like I would trust everyone I know with a gun. There are some people I know that are just super unstable, super hot-headed, that if they had a gun and I got in an argument with them, I'd be scared they'd shoot me. Not everyone should own a gun. So better background checks is a definite, but I don't think restricting certain types of guns. And there's nothing stopping these people from illegally getting guns. Like, people illegally buy drugs, people illegally download movies. People who want something will get something. Alright, my second issue has got to be immigration and our border security policy. So the Democratic viewpoint on this is no, we should not increase the restrictions. We should just enforce what we have now. Keyword there, enforce it. Where the Republican viewpoint is we need to increase, make sure that we're not letting more in than what we can handle. Those are the two viewpoints on it. So here's my viewpoint. Immigrants are a fantastic thing for this country. We get so much culture and we get so much from them. Many of them are coming over looking for a better life, so I can't fault them there. I believe we shouldn't have limitations on who we can accept. Sure, some countries, like, people get iffy about letting immigrants in, certain Middle Eastern countries and whatever, because people are scared, people are uneducated. Not everyone from the Middle East is going to be a terrorist. So I think just background checks on them. I think if we just enforce what we have going on with, making sure that the people we're letting in are people that we should be letting in, I think we should be fine. And I have no issue with, immigration at all. If you're coming in the proper legal way, once we start getting into illegally coming over, that's where things start to get dicey. If you're gonna do it right. Alright, my third and final issue that's facing the country is definitely going to have to be the environment. Democratic viewpoint on this is that we are damaging the environment and that we should do anything we can to protect it. And I definitely support that, because this world right here, it's all we've got. This is our home. Without it, we're not going to be able to exist. We got to take care of it. As far as global warming goes, and as far as I'm concerned, yes, there's loads of information to support it. Ocean levels are rising. You can honestly look and ice caps are shrinking. There's no need to even argue it when the scientific data is right there. I can even put some links up to websites of, reasons global warming does exist if you don't believe me. Some regulations should be put into place. Big industrial companies, they put out just lots and lots of chemicals into the atmosphere. I think maybe some better regulations there of, making sure that what we're putting up into the atmosphere should really be going there. Alrighty, so thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. This has been my government final. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, my email is right here, so you can check that out. And yeah, thank you. We're gonna try that one again.